What the fuck is up? MrMakanHoes's back at it again for Juggalo a day. Now, paranormal sightings. Personally, I'm not a religious person. I don't believe in spirits or afterlife or, anything like that. Kind of a dead and gone situation. But I have one interesting story. It could be a dream. It could have really happened. I still can't justify or question it, or, I can't legitimize it. But I have a remembrance of it, and it stuck with me forever. When I was about 11 or 12, living with my mom, we had just moved into this house. The situation happened probably after we had been living there for maybe a year or two. We moved there when I was 11, so I was probably like 12, 13, somewhere in there. One time, my bedroom was in the basement. I'm laying in bed, and my eyes are closed, just listening to music, and I get this weird sense, kind of tingly feeling. I open my eyes, and around my bedroom wall, where my door, to go out to the rest of the basement, I saw it looked like fog, but with detail, like this of a face. Big bushy mustache, balding, kind of like me, and, hair on the sides, older gentleman, could be 60s, 70s. It wasn't crisp, but it was, you could see details, but it was kind of foggy. So, like, details would kind of, like, shimmer up, if that makes any sense. Like if its face is here, details would be, like, kind of like the smoke rising. So wherever where my fingers were, those parts that are covering my face were more detailed than the rest was kind of see-through-ish. But anyways, and so, I got this kind of like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? So I jump up out of bed, and I go and look, and I don't see anything in the rest of the basement. So I'm like, alright, mine's playing tricks on me, whatever. I go and I lay back down. I close my eyes, I'm listening to music still, and it couldn't have been 10, 15 minutes later, I either fell asleep or this whole thing kind of played out. It felt like it lasted for hours, but I don't really know. I didn't have a clock or anything like that. This was pre-cell phone, streaming, internet, all that stuff. It was, dial-up and not as connected as it is nowadays. So I lay back down, close my eyes, and I get the weird feeling again. I open up my eyes, and I now see I believe I open my eyes. Could be dream, could be real. I see at the end of my bed, right by my feet, still the kind of foggy apparition of this older guy that I'd seen before, standing at the end of my bed, just looking down on me. And I try to talk, and I can't talk. I try to sit up, I can't sit up. I'm almost super glued to my bed. And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? And I'm staring at the guy. I can't turn my head. I could close my eyes, but it didn't help. The feeling was still there, and all that. So, long story short, the apparition could communicate with me, but not through talking, but kind of telekinetically. I could hear his voice and hear what he was saying. His mouth wasn't moving. He was just staring at me. Not like death stare or anything. He was just looking down in the bed at me. And, blinking and stuff, all human characteristics, but not actually talking. But his voice, the sound of it, was in my ears. And he told me a story of his he had owned the house for a long time. His daughter disappeared when she was between 15 and 16, a few months before her 16th birthday. And he didn't tell me any names, he didn't tell me any years, or anything like that. He just talked about his daughter went missing. Him and his wife put tons of time into looking for his daughter. And eventually, the worry and the sickness that comes from worrying about stuff for, a long time, finally got to his wife, and she ended up passing away. He thinks it was cancer, but he doesn't know. This is like, I'm assuming this time for him was, pre-medical kind of thing. She just succumbed to the ills of worry and stress. So he tells me that eventually, a few years after his wife passes away, and it's now quite some time after his daughter disappeared, that he was so stressed out and so lonely that he hung himself in the basement, in the room that was my bedroom, off of a water in-way pipe that was right above my bed. That would have, the way he was explaining it is, if he was still hanging there, his feet would have been right on top of my face at the current position that I was laying in the bed. And, after him telling me everything, and, there wasn't really a conversation, it was him telling me a story. After he, kind of died down and, told me everything that happened, I tried to ask him, mentally, why are you coming to me? What am I involved in this situation? And, he told me, I just felt like telling you. And the fogginess dissipated. I was able to move again. When I first realized able to move again, I jumped up. I don't know if me jumping up was me waking up, or if all of it had actually played out that way. I lived there for, another 7-8 years. And I never saw anything again. Never seen the old man. I did internet searches to try to find stuff, but it could never be verified. It was just one of those, it happened. I remember all the details, and that's pretty much that. Anyways, MrMakanHoes's. Peace the fuck out.